ॐ कल्याणानां निधानं कलुमलमतनं पावनं पावनानां पातेयं यन्मुमुक्षो सपदि परपदप्राप्तये प्रस्थितस्य विश्रामस्थानमेकं कविवरवचसां जीवनं सज्जनानां बीजं धर्मधुमस्य प्रभवतु भवतां भूतये रामनाम. After Rama left Ayodhya with his wife and brother, he had to spend 14 years in forest, according to Kaikeyi's wish. Bharata came to meet him very early, within few days after Dasharatha died. Soon after Bharata left to Ayodhya, unable to convince Rama to come back, Rama started moving again. He left Chitrakuta where he was staying when Bharata visited him, since it was close to Ayodhya. They next spent their time wandering in forest. It was only in the final year of their exile they settled in Panchavati. It was there the Shurpanaka episode happened, leading to the abduction of Sita. So the major part of their exile, that is 13 years, was spent without any major incidents. So what did they do during these 13 long years? After Bharata left, their next stop was the ashram of Atri and Anusuya. After meeting with them, they left for Dandakaranya. It was a region feared for troublemaking Rakshasas. Very early into their entry into these dense jungles, Sita was abducted by Virada, who had to be killed. This is the only killing Rama did in these 13 years. And Sita was not too happy about using violence, and she tells this to Rama in a very subtle and beautiful manner. For most of the times, they stayed in ashramas of various rishis. We get a glimpse of their lifestyle through these episodes. Apart from kings and queens in Ayodhya, Kishkinda and Lanka, it is the description of these rishis which is abundant in Ramayana. Very early into the epic, we learn the workings of Valmiki's ashrama. When Kusha and Lava narrated Ramayana to the residents therein, they gave whatever they had to the children. The listing, the gifts which the children got, give us an idea of what life those rishis were leading. Many of them did not have even anything to donate to these children, and they just blessed them. But it does not mean that these rishis were not capable of higher deeds. Vasishtha could produce an army at will to defend Vishwamitra's attack. Bharadwaja, the learned sage, could arrange a lavish party for entire troop of Bharata when they came in search of Rama. The party, which had amazing line of food and beverages, musicians and dancers from heaven, was so good that many from Bharata's team wanted to stay back in the ashrama. But not every sage was capable of these, and many were not even interested in wasting their hard-earned powers in these things. And their numbers were large in Dandakaranya. There are totally 21 types of sages who were meditating in their own ways. They included rishis who just survived on sun rays, who drank only water, who ate only raw foods, who ate only those fallen in the ground. They would not pick anything from the tree. Those who did not store food for the next day, and many of these kinds. It was the prayers of such people which Rama had to oblige. They came in large numbers and requested Rama to stop the attacks on them by Rakshasas. They remind Rama that since king takes 1/6 of people's wealth as tax, he is bound to protect them. But in case of sages, 1/4 of the dharma earned by them is given to king. So the sages give more to king than common man. And so the king is duty bound to protect the rishis more than the common people. Moreover, they are weak and need the support of warrior like Rama in resisting Rakshasas. When Rama hears this, he immediately agrees, but in his own characteristic style. He says he has primarily come to forest because of the words of his father. Anyway, since now he is there in the forest amidst them, he will listen to their request and kill Rakshasas. This is to clarify to them that he is in no way thinking himself as king, and so he is agreeing to do the task. However, he promised them that he will eliminate the Rakshasas responsible for their sorry state. As it turns out, it was Ravana who was the fountainhead for all the evils that was happening in Dandakaranya. That Rama would have killed Ravana at any cost is clear because he had given the word to the rishis. But it was sad that Sita had to go through all the troubles before Rama could keep up his words given to the sages. Swasti prajabhyam parivalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sugino bhavantu.